The AC-130 Gunship is being added to GTA Online in the form of the Titan 250D, and from early testing and reviews, it looked like the Titan was going to be everything we could want and more, but as more testing's been done, it looks like the cracks are starting to show, including a massive flaw that could completely ruin this aircraft. So I thought in this video we would go over the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the Titan 250D. But before we get into that, there's two things I want to say. First of all, this aircraft is not officially in the game yet, and the only way to get it is by somehow getting into the drip feed files, which I'm not smart enough to do, but we can expect it to come out early next year with the part 2 of the Agents of Sabotage DLC. And finally, I just need to say all footage of the Titan in this video is not mine. I'll provide credits to it on screen as well as the links in the description down below, but please go support these creators because they've somehow found a way to get footage of the Titan, and if it weren't for them I wouldn't be able to show you it at all. So please go support them. But with that being said, let's kick things off with the goods. Firstly, I mean, it looks great. Let's get that out of the way. Rockstar smashed it out the park. As well as that, it's set to actually not be that expensive, with it coming in at 4.8 million. And I know obviously that's a lot of money, but in this economy for what you're getting, that's actually not too bad. It's actually cheaper to get a gunship than a police car. Just deep that for a second. But the main benefit to this aircraft is the weapons, and oh my god are they good. So the Titan 250D comes with 3 types of cannons like you'd expect on an AC-130, and they act in the exact same way, quite literally just like that mission from Call of Duty. So the Titan 250D comes with 3 different types of cannons. The 25mm one, which is your fast firing but smaller impact radius cannon. Then you have the 40mm, which is medium firing rate and explosion radius. And then the big one, which is the 105mm cannon, largest explosion radius but the slowest fire rate. So exactly what you'd expect to see from an AC-130. And as you can see by the gameplay, these cannons are a force to be reckoned with. With the right crew, you can do some serious damage with this gunship. I saw a comment that said, imagine a black paint on this at night time, CEO ghost organization with a full crew operating this thing. That's terrifying. You could absolutely destroy a lobby. But thankfully as well, the Titan 250D looks to be coming with decent armor. In testing, I believe it was 7 rockets to blow it up, and that was with no one in it. So when you're flying, it will probably take even more than that. But we'll get back to the armor in a little bit. Another plus is that it has a feature where you can check the gun camera to see what your gunners can see, so you know how to appropriately line up the aircraft so the gunners get the best view. But finally, in terms of the goods, and this is a massive feature that I was hoping they'd add, and I'm so glad they did, you can use it as a solo player. What I mean by this is you can fly it as the pilot and still use the 40mm cannon. Essentially, there's an autopilot mode you can put it in where it will keep your altitude and it will put you in the gun camera. Now, you can only use the 40mm cannon when in this mode, but it's really good that you can actually do this. When I first heard they were adding an AC-130 in the update, I remember praying for this feature, and I'm so happy they're adding it. Absolutely massive W from Rockstar. But with the good out of the way, let's move into the bad, or not so good. So the first one, and to be expected, is that it is a large target, which makes it easy to hit. But the main reason this is an issue is because you have to get fairly low to the ground because of render distance. Now, this isn't a fault with the Titan, but more the game engine. But essentially what the issue is you have to be fairly low to the ground in order to actually see the targets you're shooting at. But at the same time, this puts you at risk of being explosive snipered, railgunned, homing launched. Whereas if you could be higher up like a regular AC-130 would be, this wouldn't be as much of an issue. So this is a little bit of a pain. And finally, in terms of bad, is that you can only use the 40mm rounds as the pilot. Now, I wouldn't say this is an atrocious feature because at least you can actually use the cannon as a pilot, but it would have been really nice if you could use all 3 as a solo player. But now finally for the ugly, and this is the thing that could potentially ruin it all. GhillieMaster found out that it takes just 1 explosive sniper to take out the back of the plane. And what I mean by this is all the flaps, you know, your rudders and your actual controls, meaning despite the aircraft having so much armor, it only takes 1 shot to take this out, and then you've lost all control. So you may as well have just blown up, because at that point you've lost all control of the aircraft. So while this is a really good counter to the Titan 250D, it also renders it pretty useless, because as it's such a wide target as well, it's not going to be hard to shoot out the back of the plane. I'm hoping before release Rockstar give this section of the plane a bit more armor so it is a little bit better, but only time will tell. Also, apparently the engines only take 2 explosive rounds as well. So again, despite all that armor, if they shoot out your engines, you're pretty screwed. Anyways guys, that is the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the Titan 250D, aka the AC AC-130. Let me know if you found this video helpful and if you will be buying the Titan 250D when it's added. And if you did find this video at all helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel because it massively helps. I want to say it again though, please go ahead and support the creators who recorded this footage of the Titan. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to show you. Links to them all in the description. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.